classical pianist at a young age. We're glad she made the switch.
I just feel awkward silences with my laughter.
88.5 FM. It's time to pound the poi on The Local Show. KAKU FM Kahului, Maui. The voice of Maui.
You're on the local show, KAKU 88.5 FM, the voice of Maui. We're broadcasting out of Akakū, Maui Community Media Center in downtown Kahului, Derry Road. Playing some public domain, royalty-free, spooky stuff for the background because, you know, we want to get on YouTube and make Akakū famous.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Let me turn this up. Is it too loud on your side? Hold on. Test. Is
Test. It's clear.
Clear?
Awesome.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I
First time.
It's working.
It's working.
Oh, gee. Okay, we're going to get into some movies today. Right. I watched one horror movie, and then I'm going to do a little throwback, flashback review. Because, you know, I'll try to do that every once in a while. You know, maybe even you, like, you know, go back and check out the 80s.
Yeah.
Because there's so much.
Yeah. I just don't know. Sometimes, like, I'll talk about a movie that maybe you might have not covered or you might have covered not too long ago. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm always, like, nervous about that. So, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
Because there are movies I'm kind of currently, like, watching, like, how do I say? Like, I mean, I was still recently wrapping up on, what do you call it, that Fulci trilogy you were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Like the Gates of Hell trilogy time.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, so that's what they call it.
Where it's like City of the Living Dead. The Beyond.
Was the Beyond first or was it?
Beyond was second.
Second, okay.
Yeah, and then the third one is House by the Cemetery. Each one would have to deal with the ideology that there's gates to hell. Yeah. And different areas of the world, you know?
Yeah.
So you can't beat City of the Walking Dead because that first one is just, man, where else are you going to see a horror movie where a woman vomits out her insides?
But yeah, I guess if we ever get into those weeks where we just have nothing to watch,
Yeah.
we'll probably just jump back into that.
Not to mention a lot of this stuff that if I do this a lot, it's gonna be like from memory.
Yeah.
Because these are movies I grew up on. Like I never talked about The Gate. Maybe in the Friday Night Frights days.
Yeah, you can always bring that up too.
Yeah.
Because
Have you seen The Gate?
Yeah, like a long time ago.
Great movie.
I feel like I gotta rewatch that.
It's a great movie. I have the Blu-ray. I have the when Walmart had a re-release.
Yeah.
Where it's just like a different cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Vetron one.
No, not the Vestron one. No, it's just like a random cover, like just of the creature on the front case, like and then the gate.
Yeah, that's when Walmart used to be good.
Mm-hmm.
With Blu-rays. Now they just got way too many DVDs. You're like, man, I'm just trying to get rid of these.
What was it now? Was it like $7 Blu-ray bin or $8 Blu-ray bin or something like that?
Those used to be the bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss the bins, and they still exist.
Dude, and they're still
in
doing
areas like St. Louis, Missouri, Philadelphia, PA. You go to a Walmart over there. Oh, you can spend hours in the bins, DVDs and Blu-rays and 4Ks all mixed up into one place.
Dude, when I go on trips, I look for the record stores, and the secondhand little marts and shops, because any collectible places, any places that does collectibles and records, they got movies.
Here's the thing. I was like, for some weird reason, because like my mecca is visiting Pennsylvania because that's where George A. Romero is from. You go down to Pittsburgh or like one of those like kind of outside. You can travel to the town where Night of the Living Dead was shot. You can, I don't know if the mall is still there. It's one of those malls where it's like, malls are dying, including the Monroeville Mall.
For sure. Yeah.
So it's getting on in its age already. Developers are gonna tear that sucker down any minute, but you'll still be in the area where Dawn of the Dead was made. Day of the Dead was made. I don't know where, if it's in Pennsylvania, but like one of these like underground caves.
Yeah.
That doubled as the setting for the missile silo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all in that state.
See, it's crazy when you bring up malls and how they're kind of dying, because I always just thought that was just a Maui thing with Kahumanu.
It's all over.
It's all over. It's crazy. I went to one spot in Oregon, or was it Portland?
Okay.
I was in Portland, and I went to this one mall because I wanted to go to Barnes and Noble because they still carry physical media.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go over there, and it's like a regular weekday. Everything is just opening, but this mall is so huge. At the center of it, there's a skating rink. And then when everything was like midday, I was like, how come things aren't open? I went to the third floor, and that's where the food court is. There's like almost 50 vendors, and only like 10 of them were open. It is crazy.
Were there people there eating?
There were people there eating, yeah.
Okay.
And then you can tell who the mall rats were, but like it was crazy to be in a mall that huge. And might I add, there are probably bigger malls in the mainland, but it was crazy to be in a mall like that and not like it. Just I got a really icky Silent Hill 3 vibe.
Right.
If you've ever played the video game,
Yeah.
Like I just felt like very uncomfortable with how many things were not open at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, and again, it reminds me of Dawn of the Dead, because in Dawn of the Dead, it's just a bunch of people holed up in a mall.
Yeah.
They have it all to themselves.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That is a lot of ground to cover for like less than 4 people, you know what I'm saying?
Right? They went everywhere in there, man.
You gotta really clear that out.
Even in the remake, they set up shop in different stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you got a lot of help there in the remake, though. You know, in the original, you only got 4 dudes to clear out an entire mall. That's a lot of ground to cover. And can you only imagine being in their shoes? It's like, I'm not going in that store to see if there's a zombie in there.
Right. I'm not going in there. Okay, so let's get into our reviews. You recently checked out Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Yes.
Out in theater right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the other feature you're talking about is going to be
Over Your Dead Body.
Yeah, that's right. There's the mystery movie of the week.
It was actually, there were 2 mystery movies that came out on Monday.
Okay.
So it was the Choose Your Fate edition. So you either got to watch a 7 o'clock show or a 9:50 show, all brand new movies. And I saw Mr. Barry Worst Yeah, we got to watch the movie. I mean, not together,
Which
but
one?
like
Over Your Dead Body.
he watched both. I unfortunately only could stick around for one. I was going to watch two of them.
What was the second feature?
Hokum.
Well,
Yeah.
that's another kind of thriller horror feature.
That was the third movie by Damian McCarthy, and that one was starring Adam Scott. That one comes out on May 1st, and then the one I got to see was for real. And then I got to watch Over Your Dead Body, which was kind of funny because I never thought that one was considered horror. You know,
I think in thriller, suspense, comedy
thriller.
Yeah.
It's more comedy thriller, but I get why it's labeled in the horror sphere because if you're a fan of David Leitch and his stunt team and what they have done for movies, especially in the violent sphere of John Wick, Atomic Blonde, Nobody, Deadpool 2, they pull out all the stops.
I have yet to watch Atomic Blonde myself.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's not, it's not all that in a bag of snacks, but I mean, it's good.
Charlize Theron.
Dude, Charlize Theron, she's solid. I mean, if you appreciate what they did in Ballerina, you'll appreciate what Charlize Theron did in Atomic Blonde. But yeah, the violence goes for it.
Over Your Dead Body is it Samara Weaving? No.
Samara Weaving.
Okay. Yeah. And Jason Segel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason Segel. Yeah.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall, everybody.
Oh man, I was so unprepared for the fact that Jason Segel, he's, like Samara Weaving definitely fits in this category. She's definitely like one to be seen in a movie like this. Jason Segel, on the other hand, you see him in comedies, dramas.
How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
Yeah,
love How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
He's a big teddy bear. And then in this one, it was so weird to see him in a movie like this because it's just not his vehicle, you know? And so I hated him because his character is so narcissistic. He is such a man-child, and he is just like planning to plot his wife's murder. He's going away for the weekend. He's like telling everybody. He's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go to a cabin this weekend, and she's my wife's planning to go on a hike by herself. I keep telling her it's too dangerous, and he's blatantly saying this to everybody." And sorry, since you're bringing up the net over there, I didn't know that this was a remake.
It is a remake. I forget the name of the movie. Hold on.
It was called The Trip, but I know that's what the translation is. Yeah. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce that.
Numi
Rapace,
and Ascoheni. Okay. This is. I saw this one.
Okay, you saw that one.
I saw this one.
So I was gonna watch that one.
When I saw the trailer for this movie, I was like, this looks familiar. Because in this movie, same idea, husband and wife hate each other. The husband is a little bit of a narcissist as well, but the wife is the same way. Yeah. And they're plotting to kill each other on the same weekend.
Yeah. Do they have the same plot where he's a filmmaker and she's an actress? Because that's,
I remember.
Okay.
Possible. It's possible. But then all of a sudden, intruders just show up.
Yeah.
And cause more of a ruckus than already is. Yeah. I saw that in the trailer. Is it Juliette Lewis?
Juliette Lewis and Timothy Olyphant. Yeah.
The hitman himself. I loved him in he was in the remake of The Crazies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved him in
that remake.
Perfect Getaway.
Perfect Getaway. Is that the one with Mila Jovovich?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. And we can't forget Scream 2.
That's right.
He's Ghostface.
He is Ghostface in that one.
Spoiler alert.
What's his character's name now? Mickey?
He was Mickey. Yeah.
Mickey, yes. And he's the one that took out Sarah Michelle Gellar's character.
Oh, he did all the physical ones except for Randy, I believe. I think the mother did Randy. Yeah. Like everybody kind of has their own own. But it's
theories. Strange. Like, how did she have the costume at the ready?
I think they had their.
I think she did like some here and some there.
Like you could tell like there's a physique of Ghostface that they had to switch up. I mean, all to the matter is, I mean, especially when it comes to all the Scream movies, I feel like they only have stunt team or stunt people in the Ghostface costume, and never like the actual actors, which is kind of weird. But you know, it's kind of keeping Ghostface consistent. I mean, you're not going to see one random giant one and a small one. I mean, maybe you could say that for Scream 5, but. Yeah.
We're going off topic again.
We're going off topic. Sorry.
Over your dead body.
Over your dead body. But yeah, the intruder thing, it was so funny because they briefly show that those actors are in the trailer, but I had no idea into what context that was. So as much as I was tempted to watch the original film on Netflix, I kind of wanted to go into this movie blind because when the intruder stuff happens, I was like, wait, what?
Oh, it gets violent.
Yeah.
It gets violent.
Yes, and this movie surprisingly got violent to me too because there was a lot of people reacting in our theater, which was followed up with a lot of laughter, a lot of "oh my god," you know, like there was just a lot of uncomfortableness and also a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun to be had. So. Yeah, I was so surprised that they kind of went there. There's even this one scene in the basement that I did. Like, it almost went there, and I was just like, oh my goodness. I'm like looking away. I'm like,
that might be part of the new story. I don't know. I don't remember anything in the basement. Everything that happened was in the house.
Let's just say it rhymes with grape. And it didn't happen, but they do this whole thing where it's about to happen. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is getting too much.
That's crazy. Wow.
But yeah. They pull out all the stops for this one. This one was crazy. This was funny. This was violent. And I just love how things just kept piling on. Like, the movie just essentially gets worse and worse in the situations. And Weaving and Segel are great. Yeah, they're great.
Nice pairing.
Great pairing. I thought they wouldn't be a nice pair just because they're such in different genres to be collaborating in a movie like this. But especially like with all the bickering and the arguments, I could have watched that all day long. Like, especially when they're trying to figure out their alibis of how they were going to kill each other. They're like, oh, he's like, you're a terrible actress. And then and she's like, oh, like you can do better. And they're trying to like one up each other of who can have the most convincing alibi.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
But it is so good.
Yeah.
So good.
That's weird. You know, I think it's just one of those things where performers or actors who are only known for this category that they act in are now trying to see if they have the ability to do something other. Because like, for the longest time, Bob Odenkirk.
Yes.
Would work. I remember him on Mr. Show. It was a comedy sketch show on HBO for the longest time. He did with what's the other actor? He's from he's the record producer in Alvin and the Chipmunks.
David Cross.
David Cross. Yes. Yeah, it was their show. It was comedy. They're the ones that introduced Tenacious D, Jack Black, and Kyle Glass to the world. And it was always comedy. And then when you look at him as Saul Goodman in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, he's still that, you know, like a witty guy that has that just humorous side to him, even though he has to deal with the most hardened of hardened criminals in his line of work. Then all of a sudden do a full 180 with nobody.
Yeah.
And then you have, you know, and also for like, you know, when it comes out to horror movies with, what's his name? Jordan Key.
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele. You know, mixed up. Yeah. Key and Peele, that's right.
Yeah.
But Jordan Peele, comedy, Mad TV, and you saw kind of elements of the comedy that they did for their Key and Peele skits, you know?
Yeah.
Like they really excelled in the weirdness too.
Yeah.
And that translates over to him now kind of being a part of the whole horror
community.
Genre, horror community. Yeah. So, yeah, it's weird. I wonder if there should be other actors out there that, you know, see this as like okay, maybe we can do different kind of acting.
Yeah.
Like I saw one trailer for Dylan Sprouse.
Oh, Sprouse?
Dylan Sprouse.
You mean that one action one?
He's in a movie coming up where he plays a serial killer.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, he's trying to take on different roles. He's trying to be an action star at the same time, but then now he's kind of trying to sell giving a little of a Kevin Spacey, 7.
Yeah, and even the actor from Kingsman and Rocketman and you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Taron Egerton.
Yeah,
he's playing a psycho killer trying to stalk Charlize Theron in a movie called Apex, which will be coming out this. I think it's coming out tomorrow with.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
I got something to watch for the weekend.
Yeah,
okay.
There you go.
Awesome. So yeah, over your dead body.
Over your dead body.
It's
a lot of fun.
It's not out in theaters. Is it this opening weekend?
Yeah. It's not playing tonight, but it will be opening in theaters tomorrow. Yeah.
And then we have Lee Cronin's The Mummy, which has nothing to do with the original Mummy
Brendan
story.
Fraser. It has nothing to do with Brendan Fraser or the original Universal
Boris
Monsters.
Karloff.
Nope.
This is a Evil Dead meets ancient Egyptian folklore.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is Evil Dead meets The Exorcist.
Okay.
And while that sounds awesome, it is not. Especially if you have an expectation for this to be a mummy movie. Because once the movie goes from the beginning, which the beginning takes place in Cairo, the movie shifts over to 8 years later, where the family is now in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
What a place. In the middle of nowhere.
And then they're like, we found your daughter. She's been in a sarcophagus. Come and bring her home. Her vitals are fine, but she looks dead. So they bring her back to New Mexico, where a lot of weird things begin to happen to the family. Mm-hmm. So...
She's infected with the curse.
And just like The Exorcist, you got Jack Rayner trying to be the father who's trying to discover that something is definitely wrong with his daughter, even though everybody's trying to just go past it and trying to move on
looks
and make
fine.
the best of the situation. No,
she just looks like that now.
No, she's not.
Yeah. Okay. No, everything's fine. We'll just ignore.
Yeah.
The fact that our daughter was found in a sarcophagus.
And then not
how
only
long was she gone for? How many years?
8
years,
bro.
How old was she when she went missing?
Oh man, I don't know.
Because how old is this girl supposed to be now? What, 13, 12, 14?
She might be 15 or 16 in present day.
So she went missing when she was 7 or 9 or 6 years old or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so she gets kidnapped. If you want to know, she gets kidnapped. And this woman
kidnapped by the Illuminati. Okay.
No. They show you who she's kidnapped by.
A sorceress.
And then, it's funny because this lady calls herself the magician. The magician, people.
Witch.
And so she kidnaps Katie, and then of course there's that whole 8 years later goes by because they couldn't catch her. Then there's this sarcophagus that was discovered in a plane crash. And then while uncovering this sarcophagus, they find a mummy in there. Nope, not a real mummy.
No,
the girl's alive. Yeah, she's alive. She's freaking out. Her nails have grown significantly. She's got leather skin.
She needs a manicure.
Oh man, she's good. She needs a physical therapy. But she, oh my goodness, when weird stuff starts to happen in this movie. Not only does she start to act like Reagan from The Exorcist, but when she starts to possess people and haunt other people, they start acting like Deadites. Oh. And I'm talking about the same vocal editing type sound design. No, I'm like, when they possess the grandma, she's like, come on, pretty boy, lick my legs, or something like that. They'll do weird stuff like that. Or then she was trying to talk to her sister behind the door, and it was such an Evil Dead Rise ripoff.
Was this produced by Sam Raimi?
No, but you can tell Lee Cronin was like, I want to make another Evil Dead movie, but I didn't get invited back to do the next 2 movies. So oh my God, Lee Cronin blatantly ripped off his own movie, which is funny. So there's even a scene where she has the where she has Katie, she's like talking to her younger sister over through the door. She's like, I want to get to know you a little better. Come closer. And then she's like, just her head is just against the door. It's like, what do you want to know? Well, I just want to know how your little piggies taste like. And you see this tongue just like licks the little girl's toes. I'm like, what the F?
That's an opportunity for a joke.
Yo.
If I went to watch this movie in theaters and that scene popped up and like she asked that question, I would have been in the background going, do you want to build a snowman?
Yeah. No,
Come on, let's go and play.
I mean, it gets weirder. She goes like, she even like manipulates the brother, which is like, come on, brother, come over so you can undress me. And I'm like, what?
Ew.
And then guess what happens? When she means undressing, she starts ripping the skin off.
Okay.
Like it's it's the wrapping of a mummy. She starts tearing her skin off.
Okay, so the director saw Bring Her Back. Obviously.
Yeah, it's weird. The kids aren't safe in this one. And just some things just made me so upset. Like there's a scene, and by all means, I can't believe the doctors just said her vitals are fine, send her home, and then we'll just try to keep it hush hush from the papers because we don't want the media to come down on you like a frenzy or anything. And then like not once do they call the doctor or send her to the hospital, but they're doing weird stuff where they're like trimming her nails, and then when they trim the nail like breaks, but it also tears the skin up all the way to the knee. And I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, are you gonna call the doctor? Like, nope, just makeshift
wrap her up.
band her up. And I'm like,
So she's actually like a mummy.
she's
wrapped up to the point.
she's not even wrapped up as a mummy. It's just that her skin is almost as the wrappings, and then she's just tearing her skin off. So this movie is disgusting. I mean, if you want a movie that you want some carnage candy, you want some gore, and things that are gonna gross you out, this movie does achieve that.
Okay.
But there's a point where the movie stops being The Mummy, and it's a bargain deal of The Exorcist and Evil Dead wrapped into one, where it's just disgusting, but has nothing to do with the story. And even the ending, oh my goodness, the ending goes for that just rip off of The Exorcist, where just it looks like it's a simple possession movie almost. I'm like, that has nothing to do with mummy lore or whatever, all that kind of stuff. And then it just makes me scratch my head. I'm like, oh my god, this actually makes the 2017 movie with Tom Cruise look even better.
Yeah.
And that's sad to say because I don't even like that one.
I'm never gonna watch that. Gonna watch. Even if the idea of their version of the Avengers, Universal Monster Avengers, was supposed to be born in that film. I seen clips. Seen Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
And his was supposed to be a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of.
He is
scenario.
that character in that movie, and he was supposed to be like the Nick Fury of that so-called interconnected universe.
Eventually, had that movie worked and they went forward with this universe, would we have Benicio del Toro's Wolfman?
Actually, I don't know. No. Well, that would have been by someone different.
Shucks.
No, they were going to connect. They were going to start over again.
With their version of Wolfman.
Because what they had planned was they hired Javier Bardem to be Frankenstein, and they hired Angelina Jolie to be the bride of Frankenstein. So they were going to do Frankenstein after the Mummy, and then
that didn't fall.
And then Russell Crowe and Tom Cruise would have been continuous characters that would have appeared in all the different versions of the movies that they wanted to do, and then bring them together for some big team up / versus movie. Yeah, it would have been a very Abbott and Costello situation, but done in a Marvel style.
Dracula is an anti-hero?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. And you see, even in the end of this movie,
I'd rather watch League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh my god, I gotta rewatch that. It's been a long time for that one. But even in the end of this movie, they do this really weird thing where it's like they're setting up a sequel, and I'm like, I wish whatever they're setting up, I wish that's the movie that we got. Because now I'm sort of interested, but at the same time, I also don't care. I mean, there's a scene in here, and I swear a lot of the consequences that happen in this movie, especially with this family, like I almost just didn't care anymore. There's like a whole scene where this little girl is ripping out all her teeth just to put her dead grandma's dentures in.
Oh my god.
And do this little weird smile and bite people. I'm like, okay. And then by the end of the movie, which is like not even like a year later or whatever, she's got all her teeth back perfectly. And I'm like, those aren't
weird.
I was like, those aren't veneers.
She took healing herbs. Herbs. Not herbs.
Oh my
herbs.
god, I find it so funny that they just had like the Mexican grandma just try to do her own little prayer on this like mummy.
She tried to do Santeria.
Bruh.
Oh,
And it didn't
buddy.
happen. And the fact that they had like these coyotes just like are circling around the house was like laughable. I'm like, why? I was like,
What's this, The
why?
Omen?
I was like, yes.
it's The
I was like,
Omen?
why are we doing mummy stuff in New Mexico? I was like, at this point, it's just a possession movie already.
If they wanted to do something different, don't do it Egyptian style.
Oh,
If
man.
they wanted to have a Mexican grandma in there trying to like cast prayers on this exorcist, it should be an Aztec mummy
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, and
You
see,
know?
I was
That's
more
a little
interested.
bit more scary.
And I was a little more interested in the one side arc that was happening in the movie where they're still in Cairo, and then there's this one investigator who's played by the one chick from Moon Knight that was starring next to Oscar Isaac.
Okay.
And she's trying to figure out who is the kidnapper of Katie and what happened to Katie, because eventually they find a videotape of what happened. They show the whole ritual. And I'm not gonna
videotape with a ritual.
the ritual.
That sounds familiar.
But but you just see, while the whole movie hinges on that mystery, you kind of know what happened. So it's almost like they were also ripping off Exorcist Believer at some point, where like, oh, what happened to this person? I was like, well, no, duh, that's what happened. I was like, you see the result in front of you. It's like, you're not far off if you want to use the rest of your imagination. But we almost didn't need to see it. It felt very distasteful, especially when you want to compare to like some of the Epstein stuff that you've read or seen on the internet. You're like, no, that makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to see that done to the child. I was like, we already know what happened to the child. I don't need to see the process of it. Like, we've gotten so close to just how icky that felt.
Well, it looks like because of weapons, we're gonna get a whole lot more type of movies like this where it
Right.
includes a horror story that involves around children.
Right.
I mean, Eli Roth has a movie coming out called The Ice Cream Man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? I watched this trailer, and apparently the Ice Cream Man is giving these kids something that's not candy or something like or other.
Yeah.
That causes them to become murderous packs of psychos.
Yeah. Well, you see, that's part of the plot. That makes sense. Weapons make sense.
Yeah.
This one, it's supposed
just-
to be a mummy movie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they're just doing weird things to kids. And I'm like, that's not
okay.
even part of the story. That's not even necessary. I was like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I don't know. It lost all of it.
Is it doing well right now during the box office in some way?
Nope. It dropped off.
You poor
well, you see box office on the opening nights, on opening weekend, it shot up because guess what? YouTube influencers who got wined and dined by the studio called this the scariest movie of the year.
Influencers.
Yeah. People who are like,
helping out horror movies.
yeah. My Instagram feed is almost like filled with this. I'm gonna change my settings pretty soon because all I keep seeing are these like little tootie patootie people who probably have no idea of what the original Mummy is. Straight up goes like, guys, I think I've seen like the scariest movie from Blumhouse this year. I'm like, shut up.
Just stick to your Starbucks, your Starbucky reviews, Starbies.
Yeah.
Stick to your Starby reviews in your. It's just men or women that are doing these.
All
promos.
of them.
All of them.
I
Ladies, stick to your makeup reviews, please. Put the. I got this new eyeliner. Get out of here. Okay, so that's Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
That's Lee Cronin's The Mummy, man.
Oh God. Yeah. Well, it brings me down to my review because there's a lot of when Shelby Oaks came out, I remember seeing all the promo stuff, and a lot of influencers were doing reviews on this movie. Oh, you gotta see this movie. You gotta see this movie. And you yourself, on the show, you gave to the what's the GoFundMe at the time, or the
the Kickstarter.
Yeah. So your name is actually in the credits. Bravo for that. I sat down. I watched this movie. It started off like Blair Witch Project, and then it got to the point of the movie. Like the whole time I'm watching this is like, did the credits roll yet? And then it gets to a part where she freed me. She opens the door, and it's just this massive violent scene of a life own, like, how do you say it? I don't want to say the actual thing. I mean, we might get flagged if I say the S word, but it happens. She opens the door, this man's there, something bad happens, and the whole time you're getting she's being interviewed for like, oh, what happened to your sister? What happened to Riley? Where's Riley? What happened to Riley? She's part of a YouTube paranormal team that goes out and check out old haunted areas, right? And they're in Shelby Oaks. For some weird reason, this is something that's been building up in her sister's head since she was a child. Almost like her nightmares led her to this place. And then you get introduced to Mia. Mia's the sister is like, I need to find my... I forgot, how many years was she gone for? Just a year or so?
Oh, quite some time. Shucks, I can't
Couple of years that she was gone for? Had to be. Because when it gets to the ending, you're like, wow, this is what happened to this woman the whole time. I got little hints of like kind of like Silent Hill a little bit.
Yeah.
In some scenes. Yeah, here's the thing. You know, I like it. I like the movie, you know. It's a lot of horror, like horror themes that are just mashed up into this one movie to make an original story, somewhat. But I gotta say, it's one of those movies that's in the annals where, like, okay, we're gonna watch a horror movie. Just to pass the time, we'll put on Shelby Oaks. To tell you the truth, it's not like I'm gonna watch it once. It's not one of those movies I'm gonna watch over and over again. Okay, although I was thoroughly entertained, it was a good movie. And there's just, it gets to a point where I'm like kind of yelling at the screen. So the whole Silent Hill scene where she like all of a sudden something just like moves her to like, I gotta go right now in the middle of the night to a haunted prison.
You know, a lot of people did say that. They were like, I was like, it was kind of weird of a transition that she just suddenly said, let's go.
Let's do it right now in the middle of the night.
Let's not wait till the next morning. Let's just go.
Everything happens in the span of one night. Like,
you know,
it all culminates to that.
That is valid.
You know, the video footage that you see before that leads you down this path is interesting. It's kind of feels like a little bit like Event Horizon, because I remember that one scene in the movie where they finally open up the crew's visual journals.
Yes.
And it's like they're just ripping each other apart. And this one you kind of introduce like, oh, you're following what actually happened, to the point where it's like, whoa, these people again. I was impressed of the amount of violent imagery that's in this movie. Yeah, because the other crew members' bodies, they're found and they're just torn apart. The dark atmospheric of the film is there. I kind of a little bit of like a Long Legs kind of feel too, especially when you start seeing the Derek Mears of all people. You know, you gotta hire a tall guy to play like a Baphomet type demon character in the background in the dark shadows.
Dude, the way they presented that particular demon in some shots really gave me the creeps, because that's almost like how a lot of things are depicted nowadays. It's mostly the eyes and a very disfigured shape that you cannot make out unless it's just your own eyes. That's always been like a really nice shroud, opposed to just giving you the full image.
The creepy stuff with the eye stuff happens. Like it got real creepy. So the prison scene, interesting. Here's what
the real Shawshank.
And in some, like, it kind of had. I watched this movie a while back called I forget the name of this movie. I don't know if it's Tormentor, where it takes place in a prison area where these people are filming a horror movie in a prison, in a haunted prison, and it has the same look. And I'm like, okay, so Shawshank Redemption, they cleaned up that area, but for this one, they messed it up again to make it look like an old dead place. So the whole scare scene in the prison scene, I was like, okay, that was pretty weird, darkness, shade, and I was kind of looking like, that's a lot of mold. There's a lot of molding in there. Like, I don't think it's safe for you to walk in there and breathe right now.
Yeah.
So she gets scared. This dog pops out of nowhere, and she drops her flashlight, and she runs off. Then we have the next scene, and she's like, I need for some reason how did you got scared from being in the prison? You get in your car. Let's go get scared some more. I need to go into the woods. I need to go where my sister carved our initials by this old theme park. And then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, hello, an old lady pops up. I don't want to give too much of the plot, but she goes into the house. And when she's in the house, she starts looking around. I was like, I don't think it should be in there either. You hear the lady coughing. Look up at the ceiling. That's black mold. That's bad. That's horrible.
So your criticism is black mold.
I see like black mold. I was like, lady, run out the house. Not for the fear, just for the freaking black mold. But no, it progresses and you start to find out the whole story of what has happened to her sister. And then it just gets into this whole like, kind of like the Omen, Rosemary's Baby.
Oh yeah.
Theme kind of going on, and I'm like, wow, yeah. But overall, though, entertaining. I liked it. I liked it for what it was, and it's something. It's one of those horror movies. Like you're gonna watch it, you're gonna check it out. So, yeah, Shelby Oaks. That's all I have to say about that one. It's not great. It's good, but it's not great. But I give props to the guy because he really wanted to push this movie out there.
Yeah.
He got the backing from Mike Flanagan, and they put it out there, and they made some money back on their budget.
Because like this movie was meant to be something like, it was almost a passion project. It was something that he wanted, that he was able to get the privilege of having to do something for something that he's talked about for the longest time. And then it was going to be just a simple project, but then somebody saw it when he put it out in a festival, and they gave him more money to polish it up, to put more scenes. Heck, they were like, with just a lot of the Kickstarter money, they were able to get that little cameo from Keith David because he wanted something.
That's right. Keith David is in here, and Richard Beach, the other black actor in it.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know where he's from.
He's a detective. He plays a detective.
Yeah.
Okay. David Keith is the warden.
He's a warden. Yeah. I don't know this Richard Beach.
The other actor is from so the only movie that's popping up that I remember him in is in the Morgan Freeman movie Lean on Me.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Oh, such a good movie.
I just know that they do the Lean on Me.
Have you seen Freedom Riders?
Yes.
It's like that. It's the whole idea of like, this is an urban setting. Yeah. These children have they're in the ghetto. You need somebody to come in there and like lift their spirits up and get out of the situation that they're in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Morgan Freeman's amazing in this movie.
Yeah.
And
I also liked Brendan Sexton III, who was in Session 9 and Don't Breathe 2.
Session 9, Don't Breathe 2, but I remember him as a kid actor. And a movie that he did with, oh God, I forget her name. She was Anne Hathaway's friend in Princess Diaries, and she was Randy's sister in Scream 3.
Heather Matarazzo?
Heather Matarazzo.
Yeah.
When they were like maybe about 14 and 15, they made this movie called Welcome to the Dollhouse. Very indie, very coming of age storyline of a young girl that just has, it's weird. It's like a dramatic Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, but he's the bully kid that kind of sort of becomes her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And it's weird. Like somebody tells her like, something that involves like here's a story about fingering. So she goes up to like the bully and like tries to like be the boyfriend, and she goes up to go, I have fingers. These are my fingers, and he's like, okay, cool. Like, what the hell is she getting at? She doesn't understand the whole idea. I don't even want to say the word again. But anyways, yeah, no, I remember him from that movie and Empire Records, which is another 90s coming of age story with, what's her name? Aerosmith's daughter.
Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler. Yeah, great film. Renee Zellweger. Liv Tyler.
No, I have it.
You have Empire?
I have it. I'm trying to search for the extended cut though, because that one's hard to come by.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just have the
there.
standard one. Yeah.
Basically, they just put the deleted scenes into you. If you watch the deleted scenes in the DVD features, like almost the same. Like.
Oh, okay, that's all they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah. Shelby Oaks, good one. It's okay. It's good. It's a good watch. Good watch. I'm a horror fan. I'm a horror geek. Will I have it as a physical media copy for my own collection? Maybe.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Something you come across, not something that you sell.
Okay, so we got about 9 minutes here. I wanted to watch something else. There were so many other low budget features that I was even thinking about Barry West gave me a long time ago told me about a movie that's on Tubi called Plank Face. That apparently was shot in Oahu. I was like, maybe I'll put that on the side burner. I do have it in my list on Tubi. Then there was movies like Roadhead.
Just make those sounds.
And then movies like there's another movie I was interested in called X's and O's.
Oh.
Where it's about a Galentine weekend, where all the girls are gonna get together. We're gonna go have fun at the cabin, and then some kind of weird mythical axe murderer comes out and starts killing people left and right. And then I was watching the trailer, and like one of the girls all of a sudden turns into like a werewolf. I'm like, wait, what? That looks interesting. I'll put that in my list. Probably watch that tonight. No, when I got home, I was tired. So I'm gonna give you guys a throwback, flashback, quick review of a cult classic film, and I believe it's on Tubi as well right now. The Legend of Billie Jean, released back in 1985, starring Helen Slater and Christian Slater, not related.
Does this have anything to do with the Michael Jackson song?
No.
Okay.
Here's the weird thing about the movie, okay? It's called The Legend of Billie Jean. There's no Michael Jackson music in. I guess maybe it was too much to put in the soundtrack.
Or did the song happen after the movie?
No,
No,
nowhere.
Oh, okay.
Nowhere. Just her name is Billie Jean.
Okay.
Nothing to do. So, the whole story of this. Real quick, let me get you some of the info here. It's directed by Matthew Robbins. He gave us the Dragon Slayer movie back in 1981. Dragon Slayer. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's very fantastical stuff. Batteries Not Included. 1987.
Okay. That I have seen. Yeah.
Yeah. Steven Spielberg produced movie. And he also has screenwriting credits with movies like Mimic, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark remake in 2010. And Crimson Peak with Guillermo del Toro. Him and Guillermo del Toro came up with the storyline for Crimson Peak.
Wow, that's 3 for 3 right there, Guillermo del Toro.
So he's the director of this cult classic here. The whole idea of the movie is that Billie Jean Davy, played by Helen Slater, you know her as Supergirl and as well as Superman's mom in the Arrowverse. I think she played the mother in the newer Superman.
Okay.
Yeah. She's a young woman in Texas, and her brother Binks, just Christian Slater, of the great movie Afraid of the Dark. Is it Afraid of... No, wait, what was it? I don't know. It was Uwe Boll made it. It's horrible. Supposed to be
yeah.
something in the dark.
Don't. Is it? No. Alone in the Dark?
Alone in the Dark, I think.
Alone in the Dark.
Yeah.
Yes, because it has the same title as that other movie with Donald Pleasance.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It's a video game.
It's a completely different movie. Yeah, that one is a video game.
Horrible. So her and her brother become fugitives from the law after a situation that happened with bullies culminated in the shooting of the bully's father. They go on the run with two of their best friends from their trailer park. They're trailer park kids in Florida. I think it's supposed to be in Florida. But the whole idea of this, you watching the whole movie is the idea of like you take one woman and turn her into a folklorish outlaw for modern times. You know, it's somebody that the situation that happened to her, it's not her fault. It's a situation that led up to them becoming fugitives from the law. And it's all because like the bully's father was kind of like he started to go a little creepy around her. Yeah. So because him being a little creepy, he got shot in the shoulder. It's a flesh wound. They make a big deal out of it. All of a sudden, there's like rumors and stories and gossip like, oh, they're like they robbed a bank in Miami, or they're all over the place. And they're not. They're making up stories. She's becoming a folk hero to the people, especially to women at the same time. So
like
it's a very very early like feminist movement type drama, action drama, a little bit here and there. Here's a crazy thing though. On the run, they encounter you're on the run. You don't have money. What are you gonna do? You're gonna break into a house. They break into Keith Gordon's house. You know who Keith Gordon is?
Familiar? No.
Christine. He was in Christine. He was in Jaws 2. Oh God, a whole bunch of other movies. He was in a whole bunch of
actor who plays Cunningham.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Cunningham and Christine. Yeah. So he's in this movie. He kind of he's cool because his character is a horror geek.
Okay.
So when they walk into the house, they think the house is empty until she goes up into the bedroom and there's like freaking Halloween masks and like werewolf sounds happening in the background. He shows up all of a sudden dressed in like a Wolfman mask, and he just becomes their friend. His father is the governor of Florida. And like, you guys should kidnap me. You know, like, yeah. So it builds up until the point where finally things kind of think it's going their way until a situation happens where her brother almost dies. Yeah. And then the ending is great. The soundtrack is insane. It's like Billy Idol. It's Pat Benatar. It's everything that the 80s was. Yeah, and overall, the whole movie, it's like, it's one of those time capsules where you can go and watch. You want to know about the 80s, you watch movies like Legend of Billie Jean. You watch The Goonies. For horror geeks, maybe you watch Monster Squad, or Friday the 13th. It captures the 80s. In this movie, Legend of Billie Jean, it captures the 80s in the most insane way. Yeah. There's cool scenes, too, in the movie where like she's still on the run, and you think like, oh, the cops would go get after her. She has fans left and right, and they're all girls. She does this thing where she cuts her hair short, so she's very like punk rock short hair deal.
Yeah,
and she becomes this icon that all the girls in her town start doing the same haircut. Yeah, it's one of those, and there's a scene too in the movie where they're in the police station. It's like, okay, they all say they're Billie Jean Davy, and there's a whole bunch of girls just lined up, all with the same haircut. Yeah. Yeardley Smith, who is the voice of Lisa Simpson from The Simpsons.
Okay.
She was in Maximal Overdrive with a Stephen King directed film.
Okay.
And she's in this movie. She plays a young kid that's like tagging along, and yeah, she's really funny in this movie. Like she's the comic relief.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you watch this movie, you're gonna hear the most insane lines, and she's the one. Like, you know how back in the 80s, a PG-13 movie is only allowed like one F word.
Yeah.
It's for her. It's in her lines. The one F word goes to Lisa Simpson in Legend of Billie Jean. Overall, great little cult movie. Again, it capsulizes the 80s the most out of all the other movies that came out in the 80s. So, yeah, one of those cool movies that people can check out right there. Yeah.
Good.
Plus, if you're a Pat Benatar fan too, yeah, it's like the theme song. One of Pat Benatar's songs is like the theme song for the movie. Anyways, got 1 minute left. Got a lot to talk about next week. Cool trailers to check out that are out right now for movies that are coming up. Affection. What is the other one you're talking about?
Saccharin,
and
Leviticus, and Clayface.
Clayface, what I haven't watched yet.
Yeah.
I gotta check out that trailer. And trailers dropped for Street Fighter. Yeah. I'm intrigued. You know, I mean, and then we have Mortal Kombat coming out as well this year. So lots of cool stuff that are coming out. Did we mention Godzilla -0?
We have not talked about that one yet. Yeah. That one's gonna be awesome. I'm kind of
The teaser
interested.
is out.
The teaser's out,
and
yeah.
also the teaser for Evil Dead Burn. So
yeah.
Go on your little YouTube areas and find out where those trailers are at. Check them out. They look very cool, and that's in the works for the future here. Because I know a lot of these movies you're gonna end up watching them. Anyways, that's it for this episode of Thursday Afternoon Frights here on the local show KAKU 88.5 FM. The voice of Maui. Aloha, Maui. How's it? I'm Brother Tony from the local show. KAKU is one listener-supported station. That means that all the kind shows you hear, like me, are sponsored by you, the listener, as well as our underwriters. If you would like to help keep the voice of Maui talking loud and clear like that, go to kakufm.org/donate and give today. And don't miss the local show Monday through Thursdays live at 1 p.m. on 88.5 FM, the voice of Maui.
MEDB is expanding business and workforce programs, including AI workshops, small business support, and education initiatives. Internship deadlines are April 17th through May 8th, with hands-on student training across Maui County. Healthcare career exploration takes place on April 25th. Other major events include the Hawaii STEM Conference on April 15th and 16th, and the Hawaii Energy Conference set for May 20th through the 21st.
This is KAKU 88.5 FM. I love you. The voice of Maui.
More music.
Too long, people.
We're the Sonic Cafe.